school and with the Alberta team. So if we can start with how you got involved in handball in junior high, kind of your first year, and a little bit about yourself to start off.
I started in grade 7. I remember my friend Paige was playing, and I wanted to play a sport. And I showed up to my first game without any practice. I didn't even know what the game was. And I played a wing. I didn't know what I was doing. And I remember this girl grabbed me to stop me, and I didn't understand, so I kicked her. And then everyone laughed at me. And then the next year, I tried goalie, and I liked that a lot more. So I played net in grade 8 and 9. And then grade 10 came, and then I played for Sal.
Okay, that's funny. So in grade 7, you went to Lakeland, correct?
Yeah.
And were you on, like, was there a junior team or just a senior team at that time?
It was like the junior/senior team.
Okay, and you showed up to the first game. Was there a league at that time for that age, or was there just tournaments?
I think it was a tournament.
Okay, and so you're playing left wing?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't even remember. I didn't know you ever played out.
No, yeah.
And you kicked the girl?
Yeah.
And
She
did you
was
get hard or anything?
No, everyone just laughed at me. I had no idea. I didn't even know where the lines were, and it was crazy.
So did you even like it, or were you like, this is like a stupid sport?
No, I really liked it as soon as I started playing it. I liked that it was different.
Okay.
Yeah, and I liked that no one was really good on our team, so I didn't feel out of place.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I liked playing with the older girls too. It was fun.
And then going into grade 8, what made you decide to start becoming a goalie?
As soon as I started, I always thought it was cool, and I tried it in grade 7, but I didn't like it because there was like scary grade 9s like throwing at me.
Okay.
But then in grade 8, I went into net, and I liked it a lot more.
Okay, so in grade 8, were you on the senior team or still on the junior team?
I was in the junior team that year.
Okay. And how did you guys do?
We got the first year I played in grade 7 at provincials, we got bronze.
Yeah.
And then the next year, I think we got second.
Okay. So now heading into grade 9, do you kind of remember the provincials, how many teams were in the tournament? Like from grade 7 to grade 9?
Yeah.
At that point, it was growing quite a bit, right?
Mhm.
So grade 9, then obviously you kind of knew more of the game. Were you playing club at that time, or you just playing school handball?
Just school.
School. Were you playing other sports?
Yeah, I played volleyball and badminton in grade 9.
Okay, but not grade 7 and 8?
No, I played volleyball all 3 years, but just badminton the last.
Okay. So now ending grade 9, that's when you got recruited for Alberta?
Yeah.
Do you remember who recruited you?
It was Chelsea.
Chelsea? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember what she said to you?
No, I just remember being in the locker room with like other people, and she told us that she wanted us to come to like an Alberta practice.
Okay.
And I remember, yeah.
Sorry, go on. Sorry.
No, as soon as I got it, I knew I wanted to do it.
Okay, so there wasn't any doubt that you're like, oh, this is something I want to try out?
Yeah, I knew as soon as I looked at the little pamphlet thing that I wanted to try it.
That's good. And so going into tryouts, what were your kind of expectations?
I was really, really nervous, and I thought that there was going to be a lot of people better than me because, like, from other people telling me, like, when they tried out for, like, volleyball and stuff, there was, like, a ton of people. And I was expecting it to be like other sports, but then I got there and I saw people, and I remember meeting Ella, and then I was like, as soon as I got there, I was comfortable.
Okay, so it was more like not such a stressful tryout.
Yeah, it was, and all the people there were nice too. I still remember meeting everyone.
That's good. So then you made the team. You trained through the summer, and then your first trip was to where?
Serbia.
Serbia. So going into Serbia, what were your expectations?
I think I wanted to win, and I just wanted to start like using all the technique I was learning and bond with my team and just do well. I was just excited to travel.
And so Chelsea was really working hard with you, and obviously we all know Chelsea's a great coach, and especially with the goalies. So going into Serbia, getting ready for your first game, and then playing in your first game, what'd you think?
I remember being very nervous because they came in and they looked like very good. And I remember how hot it was in that gym, but it was fun when we started playing. I remember like it's different when we're on trips. It's like everything is so much faster,
Yeah.
and it's like the teams are so good, and like even when like we're on defense and stuff, their shots are so good.
Yeah, but the incredible thing is that first game was against their like champions, the regional champions, and we did really well against them. I think we only lost by 3 or 4 goals that game.
Yeah.
So overall in that trip, um, for me anyways, your group was a very, very talented group. And I thought you guys did very well. I mean, you didn't win. I don't think you guys won a game, but they were all really close games.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was the first trip against experienced teams. Overall, when you were leaving and you kind of look back on the trip, what'd you think overall from like the games to the team to like sightseeing?
I remember thinking I wanted to do better, and I wanted to win, and I wanted to practice like all of my technique, and I wanted to get sliding. And
Yeah.
with my team, I like even before we went, we were a super tight knit group. But being there with like that team, it was really fun.
And so when you're leaving there, did the love for handball grow from that trip? Do you think that was
Yeah,
a big part of you falling in love and wanting to do more with handball?
yeah,
So then obviously you came back and then you started playing club, and then I'm sure at that point you saw a big difference in your skills.
mhm,
And then going on your second trip was Japan.
mhm.
How was that experience?
I really liked that trip because I liked they played so different than like the Serbian teams. It
Yeah.
was like it's hard to like when I think about Serbia, I remember almost the whole thing, but Japan, it's kind of a blur when I think about it.
Oh, really? Why is that?
I don't know. Well, I remember it was different because we always went to different gyms and we played in different schools in Japan, but in Serbia we're always like in the same area.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
but
and when you look back, what experience did you enjoy more?
I think I enjoyed Serbia more.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The like games or just like the country and everything, or
I think I liked how hot it was when we were there,
oh
and
yeah,
I liked yeah, it was really cool. I'd never really been anywhere like that, and it
yeah,
was
it's
well,
very
Japan
cool.
was amazing too.
Yeah. So then going forward, uh, now you hit your now that was going into your grade 10, right? After Japan, you're in
Yeah,
grade 10.
I think during Japan I was in grade 10.
Yeah, sorry, during grade 10, and then you played for Sal that year.
Mhm.
And how was that season like going into it and your experiences and your expectations? What do you think about the high school season?
I really enjoyed the high school season. I really liked playing with like the older people, like Cassidy and all of them. It was cool playing with like the older Alberta people, and it
Yeah,
was really fun because there was so many of like my team at our school,
yeah.
and
It
I
was
really liked winning.
yeah, it
It
was
was fun.
you guys were pretty strong. I
Yeah.
think your closest game was like 8 goals. I think
Hmm.
was the closest game. So then after that, I mean, you guys won provincials and you made the all-star team as a grade 10, which was pretty special.
Hmm.
You went to Sweden, Denmark. How was that?
That trip was amazing. I liked how long it was, and I really liked playing at like a tournament with so many countries. It was so amazing.
Yeah. Uh, were your expectations to like you guys did very well in both tournaments. Were you happy with your results or were you thinking you guys should have done better?
I was pretty happy with our results, but I wanted to do better. After the first tournament,
Yeah,
I thought I had high hopes going into the second one.
yeah. And I think you guys just missed the semis, didn't you, in Denmark? By one
Hmm.
by yeah, I just remember that. So then going forward, uh at that point you started getting very committed with handball. You went to now your next trip was Dallas.
Hmm.
And it was a senior tournament, and you won best goalie of the the tournament, which is pretty
Yeah.
special. What do you think of that? Like, what were you happy about that? Were you happy about the way you played?
Yeah, I was really happy because I remember we went to Regina and we played older teams and we like lost
Yeah.
every game. And then when we went to Texas, we still played older teams, but we played much better. And
Yeah.
it was really nice to see the improvement.
Yeah. Yeah. It was that's right. You went to Regina, was it the oh, it was the Heritage Tournament.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, you saw the growth in yourself and your team by the time Dallas came around. The only
Mhm.
team you guys lost to was that California team that probably had 10 to 15 years older than each of you guys, which was pretty incredible.
Mhm.
Um, so overall, through your experiences, because you've pretty much played Alberta for 2 years now, correct?
Mm. Yes.
What are your overall like experience with it? Like being coached by Chelsea, your development as a goalie. Were your expectations met? Are you happy with the program? Like, do you think that you've developed well?
Yeah, I'm really happy with how far I've come. I think Dallas was it was a really good trip for me because my sliding clicked and everything was good and my communication with my team. I'm just sad school didn't happen because I think that would have been really crucial for me and I would have developed a lot.
Yeah, yeah. I think school would have been. I think school would have showed you how amazing of a goalie you are. I mean, when you like, I mean, when you play in the U16 league and the U19 league, here you dominate. Uh, but I mean, I think when you go and you went to Dallas, you saw how good you are for your age. Um, and I think high school would have just been another step in showing how much you've improved since the year before. It's sad
Mhm.
that it didn't happen, but hopefully
Yeah.
we have a grade 12 season.
Mhm.
Um, so you started playing beach the other night. What do you think of beach handball?
Really enjoyed it. I think it was my favorite. I like being able to score and help my team. I really
Yeah,
liked playing out.
yeah, yeah. It was pretty funny. I mean, you ran out. You were pivot in the finals. I don't know if you know, you scored every goal in the first half.
Mm.
I think you guys lost like 10-8, and you had all the points. I was kind of laughing.
Mm.
Um, do you find it very different?
Yeah, I find it very different, but I really liked. We played a little bit in Denmark, so I already kind of knew. But
Okay.
I feel like being a goalie and coming out, I have a special like. No one knows where I'm gonna shoot. I don't even know where I'm gonna shoot. It's just I'm so unpredictable too,
Yeah,
because I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
yeah. Um, I, a question about you being a goalie. I mean, your development has been pretty incredible. Um, are you do you study the shooters a lot?
Yeah,
Like do you find yourself a better goalie when you play a team a second time, or you know the player?
yeah. I feel like usually the first few shots I pick up where they're shooting, and then for the second half, I usually know where they're going.
So is that something you really work on? Is the understanding of like a shooter?
And knowing where they like to go in their spots and stuff.
Yeah, because on the game, I think Katrina shot on you like 20 times, and you were just sitting in that bottom corner every single time. And I was just starting to laugh. I'm like, boy, some of these shooters don't understand.
hmm
um, so what are like going up into your now grade 12? What are some of your goals this season with handball?
Um, I want to keep playing good. I really want to work on my fast breaks and my sliding and stuff. And I want to work on attacking and like using like the butterfly and like new like technique and stuff.
You know, I don't know if you knew this, but in the beach game, you tried what we worked on a couple of weeks ago when you just fall.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
it kind of
It's a
hurt.
lot easier to do it on sand, probably.
hmm
Yeah. Um, but as a handball player, what are your goals? Not as like individual, like working on sliding, but goals for you is it like maybe one day play for the national team, one day try to go overseas? Do you have any kind of goals like that?
I really want to play for the national team coming up, and when everything starts back up again, I want to start coming to a lot more practices than I did last season, because I really want to work towards like trips this year. And when we go on our trip finally, I want to be like the best I can be.
Yeah, that's great. So your like ultimate goal is to play with Team Canada?
Yeah,
That'd be good. You're 17, correct? Or are you still 16?
I'm 16 still.
When do you turn 17?
December.
So you started playing handball when you were 12 or 13?
Yes, I think.
Wow, that's pretty crazy. So a couple of other questions is, so what like, I mean, you played volleyball, you played badminton, you played handball. You could, I mean, obviously you've committed to handball. What is it about handball that made you fall in love with the sport?
I think it's just the atmosphere when we're at like Alberta things, and even any handball thing. It's like as soon as I get there, I'm like in my element. I know everyone, and everyone's so friendly, and it's like an atmosphere where I want to do better and I want to push myself to be the best.
That's good. That's well said. And so so you're gonna, this year you're gonna try to push yourself to be like, become a like, just trying to work on all your techniques, like your
Mhm.
sliding, everything like that. You don't
Mhm.
think you're a good slider?
No, I know. I in beach. I think it really clicked the other day. I was just doing it without thinking.
It's funny though, because you're like, I find you're a really good slider, but every time I get to coach you as a goalie, you're always asking, can we work on sliding? And I'm always curious why you always want to work on sliding.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's like I think I'm getting it now. I want to do as much practice as I can with it, because it's so like it's such a weird, unique thing for handball. I just want to make sure I'm getting it.
Oh, I think you have it. I think you're pretty good at sliding. Um, a few other questions before we end it is, what was your favorite trip?
I think my favorite trip was Sweden and Denmark.
To Denmark is a big reason, because like throughout the year you kind of played with the same players. Is a big thing like that you guys became more as a team compared to Serbia, where everyone only knew each other a little bit.
Hmm.
Is that a big thing?
Yeah, I think we did so well because we break off into smaller groups, but when we play, it's like we're one big group and we like unite. And I really like that about our team, like all of our chemistry, and like we all know like everything about each other. We're so close.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty cool. What was your favorite game you've ever played?
Um, I think I really liked the All-Star game in grade 10 for high school. I think that was my favorite game.
Oh, really?
Hmm.
Yeah, that was a fun game. Um, and what about Alberta? Do you remember one special game that you just always will remember?
When we were in Serbia and me and Ella got asked to play with the older girls team and we shared a half, I think that was one of my favorite games.
Was that with the U16s or the U18s?
I think it was the U16s.
Was it the goalie got hurt or something, or what happened
I,
there?
I think you and Chelsea just wanted to see what me and Ella could do if we were playing without our team or higher up.
Okay, okay. So they were just that, see where you guys are. Um, yeah, that's pretty neat. What about a couple other questions? Is when we go on trips in Sweden, Denmark, you stayed in classrooms. In Japan, and well, Japan, you kind of stayed in a dorm room, but Serbia, you stayed in kind of in a hotel. Do you enjoy staying in big groups, or you like in like hotels and nicer beds?
I like staying in gyms and big groups. I like having my own bed, and it's pretty cool to like have everyone there.
Yeah. So there's best of like a little bit of both.
Mhm.
Um, so if there's one place you can go with handball, what country would it be?
Um, I don't think it matters. I like going places that are warm, but I don't think it really matters. I'd like to go anywhere. It's
So
amazing to travel.
so are you like, for you, it's when you go on the trip, number one priority is to make sure it's good handball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And then I think that's pretty much it. So just to go over it again, some of your goals this year is like your ultimate goal is to push yourself to make the national team.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think you'll have a very good chances this year. And some of your individual goals is to work on being more aggressive as a goalie,
Mhm.
to sliding,
Yeah.
yeah, and throwing fast breaks.
Yeah. I want to work on my throw.
You don't think in beach? I think you scored half the goals from net to net. You like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I just want to work on getting like perfect to the player because sometimes I know I overthrow it and I want to get more control of it.
Yeah. Well, the players you play with now, it's important to throw fast breaks with like Maxi and Courtney. I mean, those players they just run.
Mhm.
Well, again, well, thank you for doing this. I mean, watching you grow as a handball player for the last 2 years has been pretty incredible. Uh, we've always seen a lot of potential in you since day one, but you've seen the growth. And like I've always said, is you're a very, very smart goalie, and you understand shooters very, very well. And that's one of my favorite things about watching you be a goalie, is just you playing mind games with shooters. Just kind of, yeah, just come and shoot over here, kind of giving them where they like it and then taking it away. So I think that's a great trait in a goalie. Um, and just keep working hard. You have so much potential. I think handball will take you wherever you want to go with it. And just keep that great attitude of yours and that positivity and uh, and that winning mentality. I know that there's one thing you don't like, and that's losing.
Yeah.
So enjoy this weekend. I mean, we'll see you soon. And thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.